Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at 4 signings Mikel Arteta must sign to improve Arsenal massively. And even though Arsenal has that 6-0 win versus West Brom, there are a lot of signings Mikel Arteta could sign. So the first person on the list is Yves Bissouma, and Yves Bissouma is a player that wants to join Arsenal as he's a fan of Arsenal, and he is a player that Arsenal fans want to bring to the club. But with Mikel Arteta signing players such as Albert Sambi-Lokonga, players such as Thomas Partey last summer, it could mean that Arsenal won't sign Yves Bissouma. But I think Arsenal are making a huge transfer mistake by not signing Yves Bissouma and letting rivals such as Liverpool make the transfer deal, and rivals such as Manchester United also try and sign Yves Bissouma. Because Yves Bissouma, even though he's a defensive midfielder, I think he's very good in terms of his attacking prowess, and he's someone that could come in and be the actual partner to Thomas Partey, and then you could have players such as Sambi-Lokonga, who's only 21 years old, to be the understudy to Thomas Partey, and Granit Xhaka to be the understudy to Yves Bissouma. Also, having Yves Bissouma will allow Mikel Arteta to change his formation and play with one defensive midfielder with 2 central midfielders ahead of him, so he could have Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard partnership and allow for Arsenal to be more attacking and be more of a force going forward. And I think Yves Bissouma will give Mikel Arteta a variety of options. Even though Brighton want more than £40 million, I think Yves Bissouma's urge to move to Arsenal, he wants to play for Arsenal, can really reduce that value, and he's into his final 2 years of his contract. And even though Brighton are trying to extend his contract and make him have a longer deal at the club, if Arsenal can come in with the cash, we've seen how Manchester United did it with Cristiano Ronaldo, they should be able to secure Yves Bissouma. So the next person on the list is Kieran Trippier. And the need for a right back is very, very important for Mikel Arteta, because we have 4 right backs at the club in the likes of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Hector Bellerin, Callum Chambers and Cedric Soares. In terms of Cedric Soares, he's one of Mikel Arteta's first signings at the club. That was one of the first signings he made in the January transfer window. Hector Bellerin is someone that's been in the regime since Arsene Wenger, Unai Emery, and now with Mikel Arteta. And Callum Chambers is a player that's also been under Unai Emery. He's been also under Arsene Wenger and Mikel Arteta as well. But under Unai Emery, he went out on loan to Fulham, and he did play in that central defensive midfield position. So when it comes to the 4 right backs at the club, we got Maitland-Niles, who is a player that Mikel Arteta wants to see as a right back, but he himself sees himself as a central midfielder. So Kieran Trippier will be a great addition for the club. I think this is the only transfer that we've been linked with, and I think Arsenal should definitely complete this transfer because he's a proven right back. I think we need a proven right back to fit the system for Mikel Arteta. Someone that is good defensively and someone that is good attacking as well. But when it comes to our right backs, we definitely need to sell someone. Maybe we can use Hector Bellerin as a part exchange deal for Kieran Trippier. Or if you're able to sell Hector Bellerin anytime sooner rather than later, because we only have 2 days left of the transfer window, then Mikel Arteta should be able to get in Kieran Trippier and do exactly what they did for Thomas Partey. If they do not want to negotiate with Atlético Madrid, just pay his release clause and they get the player in the form of £34 million. It might be a bit too expensive, but he's a proven right back in my opinion. So the next person on the list is Houssem, and there isn't a player that is heavily linked to the Gunners throughout the last summer and this summer transfer window, and his name is Houssem. Houssem is a player that Mikel Arteta does admire, and he was someone that Mikel Arteta tried very much to try and bring him to the Emirates last season. But this season, when it comes to the January transfer window, Mikel Arteta signed Martin Odegaard and was heavily impressed by his performances, his way he conducts himself on the pitch, the way he conducts himself outside the pitch, and the way he is overall as a player. When he's technically gifted, he can find the pass that other people cannot, and he's got an eye for a good goal and an eye for a good pass. When it comes to Houssem, I think you're bringing in a player that is also very good technically. He's someone that can operate in the number 8 position, and he can also operate in the number 10 position as well. And if Mikel Arteta doesn't want to sign a midfielder such as Yves Bissouma, if he thinks that this will stunt the growth of Albert Sambi-Lokonga, then a player such as Houssem can be a different mold, a different shape, a different option for Mikel Arteta, someone that can play in that midfield easily, and he could be very good, as we need some goals in that midfield, and I think he can be that direct Granit Xhaka replacement, because I think he can do the defensive duties that Granit Xhaka does. Maybe Granit Xhaka has a little bit more physicality and he's got a little bit more experience in the Premier League, but when it comes to Houssem, he can get that ball and start to make runs from the midfield, try to find good passes, try to make a difference in terms of his attacking ability, and he can give Albert Sambi the job to do the defensive duties, as he's even good at his diagonal passes and he's very good in his attacking prowess, and he's a calm and composed midfield duo in form of Houssem and Sambi. So the next person on the list is Lautaro Martinez, and he is the final person on the list. And this is the reason why he's the final person on the list, because we do have two top strikers in the form of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexandre Lacazette, with the youngsters such as Gabriel Martinelli and Folarin Balogun looking to get into the first team as well, and players such as Eddie Nketiah who look likely to remain at the football club, but they are also being targeted by other clubs such as Crystal Palace in particular. And the striking department is a position we definitely need to fill. I think the problem with Arsenal is the fact that they are not able to give the goals, give the ball to the striker a lot. And we will clearly see in the game versus Manchester City how we play, how the striker gets involved. But when it comes to Lautaro Martinez, he's a very good player that is very able to link up play. And he's a very good player that is able to score a lot of goals. And if you want to win trophies, we need a lot of goals. The only way you can win football matches is if you outscore your opponent. And he's someone that can get in, come into the football club and really make a difference. And we can clearly see that money does talk in football. And if Arsenal want to show that they're making a statement, they need to sign a player such as Lautaro Martinez. Yes, we sign players such as Martin Odegaard, we sign players such as Albert Sambi, and so on. The list goes on. We sign players which are in the age bracket between 21 to 23. Lautaro Martinez is also 23, but you don't think he's a 23-year-old player because he's had a lot of experience. He's won the Copa America, he's won the Serie A with Inter Milan. So I think he's a great addition for Mikel Arteta. And if he wants to make a statement, he can go to Inter Milan, splash the cash, and we definitely know Inter Milan is financially stricken. You can go and show your financial power and bring a player such as Lautaro Martinez. So we will have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end. Make sure you check out the FA Cup poster using the special link I've put below in the description, and smash that like button to see if you can reach 30 likes. Also subscribe for more daily videos and share the video with your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the latest videos on the screen and I'll see you there.